All right, folks, how you doing? Welcome back. So I just wanted to extend a birthday wish to HG Tudor, who is by far the most important YouTuber that you will ever encounter. He lifts the fog on so many things, explains so much about the modern world, even the ancient world, really. His analysis is on point. He's precise. He's cogent, analytical, extremely intelligent. He says he's very handsome. I have to take him for his word on that since he doesn't reveal his appearance, but I would certainly imagine that that's the case. Devilishly handsome and devilish in every other way as well. He is a confessed narcissistic psychopath. He's always been very polite and courteous towards me. I have tried to collaborate with him a couple of times. It all kind of petered out. The last time was kind of an incoherent mess. So really the fault was on my end because I didn't really have a cogent plan as to what I was going to do. The plan I had basically was I was going to cover the idea, the theory that Emperor Constantine was a narcissistic psychopath and created Roman Catholicism and modern Christianity to help to save his empire. But I didn't really have a clear plan going in, and HG is not the kind of guy to mess around if you're kind of all over the place. You have to have your shit together if you're dealing with HG Tudor. And in that particular instance, I have to say I didn't. So I'm not surprised they didn't go for it. But I still followed him very devotedly for many, many years. I've got a lot of his books, not all of them. I'm not an empath. I might be a narcissist. I wouldn't know if I was. I doubt it. But one thing for sure I can tell you is I'm not an empath. I believe I'm a normal or possibly narcissistic, but I ain't an empath. That is for goddamn sure. So I'm not somebody who is in his core audience because he mainly targets empaths. In this particular instance, he targets empaths to help to try and to save them from being ensnared by narcissists, though he actually probably ensnares quite a few empaths himself. And I'm not saying anything that he wouldn't say and hasn't said openly in interviews with many other people. I'd love to collaborate with him one day if I'm coherent enough in my approach to win his attention. To persuade him. I wasn't surprised when he didn't go for it. I didn't expect him to go for it. I would have been extremely surprised if he had. So no grudges there at all. I still watch his videos on a regular. I don't read his books as often because they're not directly applicable to me because I'm not an empath, as I say. There's very little chance of me being ensnared by a narcissist. Normals tend to kind of see the warning signs early and just avoid them. Not always. It can happen. It depends on the school and cadre and circumstances. And, I guess some normals can lean more towards empath than narcissist. I don't exactly know how that works, but, I still value the work of HG Tudor. Anyone I can learn from, I value. I still value Michael Tazarian, and I had a big falling out with him. A lot of the presentations, probably about a third of them that I'm preparing right now across all 5 channels, are based on his work, particularly the Irish origins of civilization. So even though I don't like the guy and I've always thought he was kind of a bit of a weirdo, I still use his work because I can still learn from him and he still makes interesting points. But that's neither here nor there. We're not here to talk about him. H.G. Tudor, very interesting man, very articulate, very intelligent, very sophisticated and extremely knowledgeable. You will learn from this man, and I encourage everyone to do so. So many happy returns, H.G. Tudor. May you live for a very long time and teach many millions of people and smarten them up about one of the greatest dangers to the modern world, and that is narcissism. Thank you very much for watching.